Today I'd like to introduce to you the F1 body camera. Now, I've been in the body camera business since the very beginning, and I personally design and manufacture my own body cameras, and I have to tell you that the F1 impresses me. Now, it's light, it only weighs 4.3 ounces. Its dimensions are 2.2 inches wide, 3 inches high, and a little less than an inch thick, and it's got a 32 gigabyte memory built in. Now, I think there are also 64 gigabyte memories as well from the manufacturer. Now, it has a CCI number, which means it's CCI certified to be free from viruses and malware, and you can check the CCI status at policebodycameras.com to see if that number is still valid. CCI certified body cameras integrate seamlessly with the Wolfcom evidence management system through Dock and Go technology that automatically uploads body camera footage when the cameras are connected to your computer. The Wolfcom evidence management system can manage files from any body camera. Tag, classify, notate, playback, crop, blur faces, and easily share files with friends. Try it free at wolfcomcloud.com. Now, it's a law enforcement grade camera compared to other body cameras that are not law enforcement grade. Now, how do you tell? A law enforcement grade body camera does not have removable SD or removable memory. This one has internal built-in memory, and the reason why is that for law enforcement, the last thing you want is for police officers to be able to take out an SD card and delete video. So law enforcement grade body cameras have built-in memory, and this one does. So I would highly recommend this camera for police officers if they're looking for a law enforcement grade body camera. Now, the lens is 140 degrees. It's got built-in IRs with a photo sensor that will activate night vision automatically when you walk into a dark area. It's got a big activation button here and also a snapshot button here. To activate recording, just press the button one time. It will then vibrate and begin recording audio and video, and you can see the status recording light here. To stop recording, just press the same button again, hold down for 2 seconds, and it will vibrate and it will stop recording. It also has pre-record, the option to actually have pre-record, which means that it's always recording in the background when the camera is deactivated for the first few seconds before you actually activate recording. This button here is a snapshot button and also acts as a covert mode button. So at any time you can go ahead and press this button, it'll snap a photo. If you want to put the camera in covert mode, go ahead and hold this button down for 2 seconds, and it's in covert mode. So what is covert mode? Covert mode means that when the camera's on, whether it's recording or not, if you press this button and put the camera into covert mode, all the sounds and all the lights have been deactivated. And this is pretty useful, especially for a police officer who's responding to a call at nighttime and doesn't want any types of lights marking up his body and creating a bullseye. Looking at the rest of the camera here, we have the metal contacts here, which is really good in a law enforcement grade body camera. And the reason why is because in the past, these used to be USBs, and USBs break down a lot, especially when a user puts in the wrong cable. Now, I like this camera because it has metal contacts, so you're never going to have any type of connection problems as well. Another thing too is that it makes the camera waterproof. Speaking of waterproof, the camera is rated at IP66 waterproof rating. On the side here, you have your function button and your power off button. To power off the camera, you can just go ahead and press and hold down this button for a few seconds until it powers off, and the same thing to power back on. The function button, what it does is it's used to toggle between a couple things. It's used to toggle between night vision and also to enable or disable Wi-Fi. On the back, you have your clip. It's a removable clip like that, and it's 360 degrees. And what I like about the clip is that it's very narrow here, which makes it compatible with MOLLE vests or load-bearing vests. On the side, you have a little tab here, and if you open it up, this is for a USB connection in case you want to charge this camera in the vehicle with a cigarette lighter adapter. And it has a tab here, so you can keep it closed to keep it waterproof. On the very top, we have our LCD display. As you can see, the display is off. For me to activate the display, I can go ahead and press this power button. Just tap it one time, and it will activate the LCD. Tap it again, and you can toggle it off. So the LCD screen, let me just go through what these indicators mean. Is that at a glance, an officer can look down while he's wearing the camera, and he can see how much battery life he has left, how much storage he's used, if GPS is activated, if Wi-Fi is on, and also the recording length as well. Now to activate Wi-Fi, you'd go ahead and press this function button for 2 seconds. And you hold it down, and it will deactivate or activate Wi-Fi. So you could toggle by just holding it and pressing down this button for 2 seconds. Now, as you notice, GPS is not enabled, and the reason why is because we're indoors right now. If I was to walk outdoors and it got a good signal, then this would activate. Now, what's great about having GPS in a body camera is that when you're recording a video, the GPS coordinates is going to be snapped onto every video file. And what's great about it is that when you're playing back the video on the Wolfcom evidence management system, as you're playing the video, a map will pop up in the video, and as the video moves, so does the dot on the map. And that's pretty useful, especially if you're in a police pursuit and you're watching the video later on. It'll actually show you the route taken during that pursuit. And what I like too as an added feature here is that because it's got GPS, if you're an officer and you're chasing a suspect down alleyways or through streets, you could mark the location at any time. Let's say that you're chasing a suspect and he begins to toss drugs or weapons on the street. The last thing you want to do is take your eyes off the suspect during this pursuit to try to memorize the location of those tossed items. So what you can do is you can go ahead and press the Snapshot button, and essentially it snaps a photo. But it also captures the GPS coordinates so that after the chase is over, you could retrace the steps using the GPS coordinates and find those tossed items. Now, the button here is very good, especially for officers that wear gloves. And that's why a lot of cameras now are coming out with big buttons here, because in cold weather, officers wear gloves. They want to be able to easily find this button, press it, and activate. Now, the internals here are pretty good. Inside the camera is an Ambarella chip. It's a very powerful, high-quality chip. And what it means is that you're going to get really good high-quality video. Now, GoPro uses Ambarella chip as well, so you can imagine the quality of the video. The video compression rate is H.264, and it's also selectable to H.265. What I like about being able to switch is that H.264 was the old video compression standard. Going forward into the future, H.265 is a new standard, and what the advantage that H.265 has is that it uses 50% less storage space than H.264. So basically on a 32 gigabytes, you're going to get double the recording amount of storage on this camera with H.265, and it's completely selectable with the setup manager that came with the camera. Now, video resolution can be set as high as 1440p, which is double 1080p. And you can go ahead and go into the setup manager that comes with the camera, and you could select your resolution as high as 1440p. You can set it to 1080p, 720p, and even lower than that. Now, keep in mind that the lower the resolution, the more battery life you're going to have. And as for battery life, it's 11 hours of continuous non-stop recording at the lowest resolution. The F1 body camera has an optional 8-port docking station that charges and transfers files from the F1 body camera to a CGIS-compliant evidence management system. Body camera footage uploaded into our evidence management system can be accessed from any computer on the network and played back according to users' rights and privileges. Users can redact video, create case files, classify evidence, upload other forms of digital evidence, and manage their retention policies.